Hello, welcome again to my YouTube channel. We are still with our guest, Aime, and we are still talking about mentorship. It's a continuation of what we discussed in the last episode. So today we'll be continuing to talk about the role of mentorship in our Christian growth and also in our identification of calling and talent, and also in the use of them and by their guidance and support and encouragement as we do. So Aime, previously you mentioned that you had a mentor whom you consider a mentor, who identified your calling, who pushed you to use it. And would you tell us a little bit that experience? Was he the only mentor you have? You had many? What's your experience with mentors?
Yeah, last time I mentioned it, and I said also in every part of our life, we end up having somebody who God positioned at the point that can awaken something that God wants you to do. It always happened since I was adolescent, my young age, until today. I still meet people who come and help me at episodes of my lives. So I did not have an only one. I had multiple. I mentioned last time one who identified that I can be a preacher, and that person helped me to identify my calling. And that made me also having this desire to learn more. And in order to know also where I can get trainings and also be informed how to serve and so on, I had also another person. I mentioned that I met a person and he called me, told me universe is universe. So those are the kind of people who have guided me at some point of life, and those people made a change in what I did and how I did it. Yeah, even today, coming to Korea, I'm, for example, serving one church since my coming 2015 till today. Guess how I know this church?
Tell us.
Someone, again, someone at the point of coming here, someone God positioned at the point and invited me to the church. Arriving there, I found, this is the place I should be. So mentor does not mean to be someone who will leave you forever, but for the specific kind of ministry that is in front of you, somebody should be there to guide those kind of services. And the issue we mentioned about, for example, having someone to mentor, and who is your mentor? I don't know if I mentored some people, but still even today, I feel the necessity, and I do try my best to meet people and help them to come and do service at the church and do service even outside of the church. Because there are people who are afraid of starting new things. And that people, this fear is always gone away when he meets someone who can encourage and who can guide.
And from what I hear, can I say that mentorship that he receives, was it kind of a temporary thing, or was it even intentional? Because there is this thing, I see somebody needs help, I just go and encourage them. But we don't have, we don't have a relationship, or we are not even aware that we are in a mentorship relationship.
I don't know if those people know they mentored me.
That's the point. Sometimes, so if you say that, then somebody can say, okay, maybe Joyce Meyer is my mentor, or
no, it's not
because I learned is learning from somebody a mentorship.
So personally, apart from the person in high school, the remaining we are still in contact. Those people are useful for me.
They're kind of role models?
If I say role model, we are not doing the same thing. That's the problem. Role model is someone you can learn from and you can do and imitate sometimes and do what he's doing. That can be a role model, someone who can step in his steps. But a mentor does not need necessarily to be someone doing the same thing as the one you are doing. A mentor needs to be a person wise enough to identify something in you and make it grow. That is a mentor. So mentoring a person involves encouraging and guiding. So guidance should be there to make a person go and use the potential that is in him. So why, when you are bringing that question about if I'm still in contact and also these people did they know that they are mentoring me, I suspect it brings the question we brought, that if there is no structure and systems where people are doing it, then people are doing it, but not in a proper way. That's what we need to be focusing on, not only in the church level, but also in outside of the church. Because if you see a person can do good things in business, and you see him is afraid to start that business, and you can see the potential in him. For example, a person is good at communication, and he can influence people with his communication, but he's always hiding. And you identify that potential, come close to that person, guide him in communication skills. That person can be useful, and that is guidance, that's mentoring. Yeah, that's how I feel. Like we need this kind of structures. And who can do this? That is where the question becomes complex.
Yeah, that's true. But before we go there, who can do it? I think also, as you were saying, the structure, we also bring in the intentionality. Because as you were saying, they have mentored you. Maybe they're not even aware that's what they did. Sometimes they even do it, but they're not aware that it's what they're doing. Probably. We might call it
also one time and did not know you're doing it.
That's the thing. So that's why bringing in the awareness of why mentoring is important. Also, we should tell people, how is it done? Who does it? And these are the questions that we need to ask ourselves as we try to make that structure. Because we need to know, is that everybody can be a mentor.
My thoughts are like this. I do believe anyone created by God, God created him on purpose. And sometimes the struggle people have and experience is to know what God wants me to do. That is the basic dilemma. I talk to many people, especially, I am in an academic environment. I talk to many students, and also I do meet many young people who are struggling knowing where to be and how to live even this life we are living in. The reason is that people are suffering to identify their potentials. And we should provide a solution to this. And to provide the solution, the better solution would be mentorship. Having people to encourage and guide people to do what they should be doing. And sometimes we spend long time trying something that's not for us.
That's true.
Why there is something we can do better that we ignored. But if somebody come closer to us and say, okay, this is what you should be doing, you end up finding, wow, I told you in the beginning that upon my baptism, I directly jumped in a choir. So it does not mean I'm a singer. Even today I do sing. I do sing, but it's not my main thing. It's not what I was created for. If it was, I would have done it more and love it more. But what was for me was evangelism. I would never have known it is mine till somebody come close to me.
Somebody pushed you.
So I feel like we need this kind of structure and combining those ideas so that people can have where they can seek guidance. That is, I don't know if in your church you do have, but I find that is what we are lacking in our church.